get why,
Mm-hmm.
because with all these things, Microsoft is like, play it first with Game Pass or
Yeah,
whatever.
they
So like,
do
I
one on
get
Game
it.
Pass.
I get it. Like I said, I
Mm-hmm.
may not necessarily understand the business behind Game Pass, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm also not a businessman. I leave the money and all that mathematical equation shit to you, CD, because you're the smart guy of the group. I'm I'm the culmination of, what was it? A thousand monkeys had a thousand computers will eventually write Mozart, right? Isn't that how that works? You have
Something along the line.
a thousand monkeys and a thousand computers will eventually write Windows 8. they'll eventually they'll eventually come to that conclusion.
I'm glad that's a self-description, and otherwise everyone else would be cancelled.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Windows 8 might have been a little cruel of me to say that. I didn't use Windows 8. Actually, that's a great question. Did you use Windows 8? Or did you skip Windows
No, I
8?
pretty much skipped it. I pretty much skipped it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people
Went
did
from
though.
7 to 10.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people did that. Even though like
Mm.
they did 8.1 and apparently that fixed, I guess. I don't
Well,
know.
it improved quite a few things, but didn't really have any reason to switch, so I didn't.
Yeah, that makes sense.
7 worked fine,
I
so
think that's
why bother?
I think that was a case of 10,000 monkeys, 10,000 computers. 10,000 monkeys and 10,000 computers will eventually.
I mean, I don't know how many people work at Microsoft, so.
You know, that's
They might
fair.
have fired a few of those.
I'm sure a few of them probably uh, didn't stick around. All right, CD, my man, we're back.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yes.
going to say we missed a week, but we didn't miss last week because I had my cake and I
Nope.
also ate my cake too. So who's to say that you can't have your cake and occasionally eat it, as you should? So this week,
You need the calories.
yeah, thanks, thanks. I do. I could use the. I could use a whole cake right now. Just not like a slice of cake, like the whole
Mm.
cake. Just put the whole cake in front of me and just be like, "It's all yours, man. Have fun. Go at it."
5 seconds later. Oh, it's
Yeah,
cake.
yeah, it's a cake. Fantastic. So, I've been playing a decent amount of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in my spare time.
Mm-hmm.
That's been cool. Really digging the shit out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that is definitely. Yeah, I shouldn't say I was surprised, but the
Mm-hmm.
game really comes together once you have a full team, which I guess I should
Mm-hmm.
expect any RPG to start to make more sense once you have a full
Yeah.
team
Usually that's
mechanically.
kind of
Yeah,
where it just all clicks
yeah,
together.
yeah. It comes together once you have like a full team, and I've already dumped up almost 10 hours, almost 10 hours. Haven't picked it up in a
Quite a
little
few left
bit.
to go.
Yeah, I have quite. Oh goodness, this is me at my spare time when I'm playing. That's a
Mm.
that's a spare time venture that I'm currently engaging with, if I may say so myself.
Hmm.
That, and I started a new playthrough on my channel, Pokemon Coliseum,
Mm-hmm.
which okay, so a little. All right, look, I've talked about this on the show in the past, where when I was younger I
Uh-huh.
was fucking stupid and didn't understand the concept of grinding. Like, grinding just
Mm-hmm.
didn't make sense to me, right? So like, I just didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm older, I have a job, I have social obligations, I have better ways to spend my time.
Mm-hmm. Of
Obviously, I now spend my time grinding in video games when I could be
course.
out, I don't fucking know, CD programming a database or fucking coming up with the cure for cancer or something. I don't know, CD. Anything. Pick something. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. It's all basically wasted potential. And I decided I was going to spend some time in that. And Pokemon Coliseum uses this thing, right? They have a gimmick where the Pokemon, you're stealing Pokemon from other trainers that have, yeah, it's, yeah, they're shadow Pokemon.
Isn't that kind of the thing that you can't do usually?
Yeah, you have an actual item. The beginning of the game shows your character breaking into a facility and then stealing a machine called the Snag'em machine. It's on his arm, and it lets him steal Pokemon from other trainers. But the game only has you stealing shadow Pokemon, which are Pokemon that have been altered to just be battle machines, to where they'll attack trainers as well as attack other Pokemon. So you have to then purify them. Well, this is a problem. So they have a meter that has like different segmented bars on them, right? And you have to lower that bar, that meter, down to 0 so you can purify them. So how do you do that, you might ask? Well,
Aha.
Oh god. Look, man. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. It's just not my thing. So when I decide to waste my time for 7 straight hours on a Saturday night, I need you to really understand I genuinely couldn't find a better solution to the problem. So you just battle. So the meter will drop under the meter in battle will drop under 2 circumstances. It'll drop when you first send the Pokemon into battle. So you'll see the meter drop by some percentage. And if the Pokemon goes into what's called hyper mode, you can call them, bring them back to their senses, and then the meter will drop even more. Okay. Yeah, I know. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Hyper mode is random, so you have no control over that. So they could just go hyper mode whenever they feel like it. So really, all you're doing is waiting for them to go hyper mode, or waiting for the battle to end to go into another battle so you can send them out and get more bar droppage. And every Pokemon's different. So every Pokemon's value that they might drop their bar is different. So some Pokemon take a really long time to purify. And some Pokemon...
I guess the stronger ones take longer.
Yeah.
Or is that also random?
Haven't gotten that far yet. I'll find out when I start snagging motherfuckers legendaries. Then I get to find that part out, because I have to purify all of them. And I think there's like 32 shadow Pokemon in the game I have to catch. And some are missable, to where if you don't catch them the first time, you can never catch them again, because fuck my life. And
does anything increase the shadow meter again?
No, nothing will make the shadow meter go up. So once you drop it down fully, it never goes. The real problem is getting it down. Yeah. Look,
overall, I don't know. It sounds like a problem that would solve itself by fixing the source of the problem, rather than going and battling the symptoms, so to speak.
Yeah. Hey, man.
But I mean, I guess what do you expect when you send out 10-year-olds to do the job?
Yeah. This seems like a self-fixing problem over some period of time. Should just sort itself out eventually, I'd assume. But who am I, right? I'm just a guy, so. So yeah, I did that. That was cool. That was like 7 hours of my life fucking wasted. Well, okay, wasted's like such a weird like if I don't feel
That's
like
an
I waste
exaggeration.
yeah, if I don't feel like I wasted it, was it wasted? Probably not. Right? If I don't think it was wasted, I who knows. You know, I'm not gonna talk about that yet. I'll talk about that during the Game Awards because you know there's one trailer during the Game Awards I'm gonna want to talk about. Only fucking one of
Hmm.
them because you know which one it is. You fucking know. Holy shit! All right, CD, it's all you. I'm good. That's my week. Enjoy.
All right. Well, for me, it's been pretty decent.
More Chrono Trigger.
Got myself. Hmm?
More Chrono Trigger.
No.
Ah,
I have not played that yet.
fair enough.
Did get myself some other old games though, that I have had for a long time in the original version, but just recently got released on Steam and GOG. The Summoning and Veil of Darkness. One is an action RPG, and the other is sort of an action adventure with RPG elements, but both quite nice. Very old school, from the DOS era still, from around, let me think, when was it originally? Somewhere in the 90s, definitely. Early 90s, probably, or even earlier. But yeah, definitely quite the old games. And I've gotten those. And but I've mainly been playing more Zelda with Tears of the Kingdom, gotten myself the Master Sword, as you usually have to do in those games.
Yeah, that's
And it's
usually.
still just as ridiculous as in Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
Yeah, it does a decent amount of damage, but it expires relatively quickly and requires a 10-minute recharge time.
oh.
Because obviously it's not exempt from the durability problem
Of
the other
course,
weapons have.
of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not. Why would it?
But
Why
the
would
only
you?
difference is there, they call it ran out of energy and has to recharge. And that takes 10 in-game minutes.
Oh, in-game minutes, not like actual minutes.
I mean, it is actual minutes, but it's in-game in terms of menu time doesn't count. So you have to actually have the
Oh,
game running.
oh. So
Hmm.
so it's 10 real minutes.
Yeah,
Okay. See,
it's 10 real
when
minutes
people say in-game
when you have the
time,
game
that might
running.
be different than like actual
Yeah,
minutes. Okay.
because no, the game is definitely not running in real time in that regard. Because otherwise, I don't think you'd have the blood moon coming up as often as it does.
Fair
Yeah. Day and
enough.
night cycles are definitely going faster. I'm I'm not sure off the top of my head how much that is in in-game time, but you have to wait 10 minutes until the sword is recharged, and then you can use it again. Which I don't know. It's kind of weird. But I guess they had
You
to
haven't
limit it
really
somehow.
mentioned your gripe with the durability system when you talk about this game up until now. So I assume the Master Sword specifically rubbed you the wrong way. Cuz you've
I
talked
mean,
about the game and you haven't really
I
mentioned
always
it.
had a gripe. I've always had a gripe with the durability system, but this one has the addition of fusing together weapons with other things to increase the durability. So it's less of an issue. It's
Hmm.
still an issue, but you have ways to mitigate it,
Right. Okay.
which
Fair enough.
makes
Fair
it
enough.
a less bad issue in terms of that, and hasn't really come up that much due to
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yeah.
But in comparison, the I'm not sure if you can fuse stuff to the Master Sword. I'll have to check and try that out. But they don't show it having any. They don't have a damage indicator on it in terms of how much attack power the sword has. And it does really good damage on its own already. So given that, I'm not too surprised that they decided to limit the durability on it that much, but it's still kind of meh.
It's
And once you
annoying.
have it, yeah, it's not. I mean, in the other games, it probably is more like a okay, yes, I have the weapon now, and I can do some real damage with it. It's a nice weapon, and I mean, even in these games, they hype it up as it's the weapon that can defeat the evil. And in this one, it's kind of a it has been basking in the holy light for so long, in the sacred light for so long, that it has increased its power by so much, and then this recharge thing happens in game, so that's kind of a disconnect there.
Yeah, yeah. It's like that's like some narrative dissonance. It's like
Yeah, it's
the most
mhm.
powerful weapon of all time needs to be recharged after 7 swings. Yeah,
Something like that,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like, ah, really? Most powerful weapon, you say? Needs to be recharged after
Hmm.
7 swings. How powerful is this weapon
Yeah.
again?
It is very powerful for very short intervals.
Yeah. It reminds me of it reminds me of a quote from Gimli in Two Towers, where he's like, we dwarves are very dangerous in very short distances.
I mean, not false. No
Yeah.
lie detected.
Yeah, no, yeah. He was very upset about the whole distance running thing. Wasn't his jam. Oh man. You know, it's crazy because I don't
Mhm.
personally find the durability thing. I don't know, man. I don't really have like a take on it
Mhm.
cuz
Mhm.
I already would be like a hoarder anyways, so I probably would already have stuff. So, like cuz
Problem is your
all
inventory is very limited,
okay. Oh, is it?
especially at the start. Yeah. You
Okay.
only have at the start, I think you start off with 5, 6 slots or something like that for weapons.
Oof.
And then you have to find Korok seeds to increase the space. And then obviously you for each expansion you need to require more of the seeds, so that takes quite a bit of time to get the inventory up to the max. And then I'm not sure what the exact max is. I'm guessing it's probably a full page of the interface. So that's going to take me quite some more seeds to find to get to that. At the moment, I think I have about a dozen inventory spaces for weapons. The Master Sword taking up one of them, I think, or did they
So
add
why
one more
is
for
it?
that? I
Let
think
me
they added
ask.
one.
Let
Mm-hmm.
me ask you this, right? Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild has durability, right? And your
Yep.
weapons can
Mm-hmm.
break.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem, right? Like, everyone
Yeah.
says that's a problem. But like,
For me, it
Fallout,
was like at the start, it wasn't that much.
Fallout games have
Mm-hmm.
that though.
Yeah, but can't you repair stuff in Fallout?
Yeah, okay. I forgot that detail.
With Breath of the Wild, once it's broken, it's gone.
It's fucking gone.
The only exception is the Master Sword. Everything else, no matter how good it is, gone after it's broken. And you can't repair it. There is no repairing.
Okay.
And even in Tears of the Kingdom, you can only extend the durability a bit with the fusion. So
Mm.
if you can either fuse multiple weapons together, or you can take other items and fuse them, which either gives the weapon an additional effect or additional durability or just increased power, which which can be fun. For example, you can take the new flamethrowers that you can find and fuse those to weapons. Or one of the bosses, the stone taluses, which are kind of rock golems
Mm-hmm.
that have just one vulnerability spot that you have to hit in the fight. Those leave behind a relatively decently sized stone that's a stone talus heart. And you can fuse that to a weapon, and that gives it quite a nice upgrade in terms of power. So fighting certain bosses has gotten another positive effect besides getting just some raw materials.
Yeah, sounds like it. See, now, God, dude, look, listen,
Mm-hmm.
CD, nothing against you, my man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you my brother from another mother. You know that. But you're making me want to play Tears of the Kingdom. And I got too much on my plate right now, CD. Too much on my goddamn plate. Too much. And last time I checked,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to come over here and take care of my backlog for me. So.
That's true. And I've also found a few more of the some armor set parts during my wanderings. One of them was one that enhances my climbing speed. One of them was a bit lightning resistance, and two pieces I got for well, they make me glow in the dark. And you need that if you want to traverse the underground. You can very much use that.
Nice.
It's essentially, when you look at it, it's essentially armor, whereas a whole rows of light bulbs have been stuck onto them.
Oh. Yeah, that gets the
Which
job done. Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
makes sense.
And the legs have some glowy lines on them, which looks nice. And yeah, they definitely. I'm gonna have to check if I can upgrade those with the Great Fairies. Because sometimes with different sets, if you upgrade each part twice, the set gets something as a special effect. Which maybe with that set, it's additional glow maybe. It would be nice because I
Yeah, it
think
would
if
be.
you have two pieces instead of one, I think that already enhances the glow radius. Which in the underground, you definitely need that.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Anything else on your game
I've
list?
played a bit of another new release.
A new release. Wait, a new release
Yes.
or an old game that got re-released?
No, a new release.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm listening. Go on.
Uh-huh. Which was one of the titles that you were thinking about as well. And it's not Street Fighter 6.
It's not Street Fighter 6. It's not Street Fighter 6?
No.
Oh,
Which other title came out recently?
shit. What else? What did come out recently? Shit. That's a great question. That's a great question, actually.
It's a hell of a question, you could say.
I can't think of it.
Uh-huh.
I haven't.
Even with that clue.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not parsing for me. You're gonna tell me I'm gonna hate
Mhm.
myself for not knowing it, but that's fine. I'll
Yeah,
live with it.
D4.
Oh, okay. Yeah, damn it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
See, I was waiting to hear if you were gonna get it, because if you got it, I was
Hell
gonna
of
pick
a
it up.
question, huh?
Yeah. I was waiting to hear if you were going to pick it up or not before I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to commit.
I mean, the start, I was. It was more of a spontaneous buy because a friend of mine already has been playing the beta and he said good things about it. So I thought, yeah, hell, why the hell not? I was about to play through the story on my own anyway. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
Anything because the story I generally want to check out on my own without co-op and anything like that, and later bits, yeah, after that. can be done co-op.
Cool.
Which, yep. And for now, I'll say story-wise, it's an improvement over 3.
I've heard that,
Mm-hmm.
but I've never actually finished 3, and I heard 3 finishes with a pretty wet fart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
Do you
3.
know? So you don't know the ending of 3?
I know which character turns out to be the big red demon. I know that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I know that. And I know that was
Mm-hmm.
not something people were wanting from the story at all. That was not what
Yeah. Because that character got on everyone's nerves anyway, and so that didn't land with anyone in any terms of tragic events. So it was kind of like an eh.
Yeah, it's like then why did you bother? It's like why
Yeah, pretty
congrat
much like that. And we sacrificed Deckard for that?
uh
Fuck off.
mm.
No, in this, yeah, I'd say they did a decent job
Okay,
overall.
fair enough. I have to
And
decide whether or not I'm
obviously the end is again a pretty much a to be continued because we know it's going to continue.
yeah, yeah.
But what they did, yeah, I think they did decently.
I'll have to figure out whether or not I'm willing to give Blizzard my money over this or not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm still I still have
Yeah, sure. It's
my
yeah.
my personal vendettas I have to
Mm-hmm.
settle. So I'll have to figure out whether or not I want to engage with Blizzard on that. It looks fun,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't say it doesn't look fun. I can't
Yeah.
say that because that would be lying. But I'll see how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
It's gonna be interesting to see how what they change over time because obviously they're gonna need to change things because unlike with D3, you don't have the randomly generated stuff as much because you have your overworld which you traverse to get to the dungeons and all, and that's static. So they're gonna have to change that over time or expand it depending.
Yeah,
But I guess that's this what the seasons are gonna be for.
that's what it seems like.
Mm.
All right. All right. Uh so this week has been or this weekend? This weekend. I guess it's this weekend, right? This weekend? This weekend has been the Game
Um,
Awards. The Game Awards was
well,
like
it's
what,
this
Friday?
week. On the
Was
8th, we had the Games Fest
yeah.
opening stuff, which
All right. So
was
we had
on
Games Fest.
Thursday.
Yeah, we had Games Fest.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I'm going to go through everything. I want to talk about a handful of things, not just things that
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about, but just a handful of things. I'll try to make sure I
Mm-hmm.
touch on a little bit of everything. CD, you know, if you got something you got to say, you gonna stop me.
All right.
Let's talk about one of my favorite things that came out of
Mm-hmm.
this, which was Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Ubisoft, what have you done to my boy? You know what? I take that back. Like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
the gameplay might look like ass, but I do
Did it
think,
though?
I guess it looked kind of mobile-y. I guess maybe a little mobile,
I wouldn't say so.
maybe a little bit. Wasn't what I was
But
expecting.
that's I think that's the issue here with this game. It isn't what people expected from the name.
I
I think
think,
that's the
I
big
think,
issue.
I think if they named it anything else, if they
Yep.
if they named this game anything else that wasn't Prince of Persia, I think it would have had a
Mm-hmm.
very different reception.
Yeah, it would have gone over much better. And I think some have complained about how the character looked in the game, but I think, if I remember correctly, this is also not the prince that they
No,
showed there.
no, because
That's someone who the prince has been abducted or has gone missing or whatever.
no, because the prince ain't rocking the dreads, my man. That's not. Like, no, I saw this dude's design.
That's
I'm
not a
like,
Persian guy.
yeah, I saw this dude's design. I'm like, yo, you are not from the same place the prince is from, my brother. You from the wrong place, baby. Nice to have you on board. I was like,
You could say
like,
he got lost in the neighborhood.
yeah, you are not from the same place, my brother. You somewhere completely different. I appreciate it too, because I'm not going to get into my feelings about that. I will simply just say it was nice. I dug it. I'm like, my brother, I didn't know we had one of us in Prince of Persia. Good for you, dog. Good for you. So that
Yeah,
was the fan
that one
response is the thing.
was not good.
It wasn't good. You pulled so you took a screenshot and a screen clip of
Yeah.
the trailer, and I'm assuming this is the same
On the main Ubisoft channel.
You did this. This was yours. You took the screenshot, right? This wasn't something you pulled from like
Yes,
Twitter.
I went directly to Ubisoft's YouTube channel and snipped the current like-dislike ratio.
Oof.
And it's not as bad on the other channels apparently. So both PlayStation and especially Nintendo's is much more even. Interestingly, but I guess that's because they are more in favor of the Metroidvania style that this game apparently has.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I don't know. And the comments from the Sony channel, I think, were more against 2D stuff and all that and stuff like that. So, that doesn't surprise me as well, given their AAA focus in that regard.
All right, so we got an extended look at Mortal Kombat 1. Okay, look.
At Mortal Kombat 1, 2.
Look, listen. I'm not doing this. All right, Xbox One did that shit, and I didn't like it then. I'm not gonna like it now.
But in this case, it actually makes sense because it's a reboot, essentially.
I was more happy to see a. Never mind. There's still. It's not quite rap music and hip hop in the trailer.
Well, there was no mumble rap, at least.
Yeah. No,
So
like I don't like
there.
to be that way about it. Like
that's the problem with a lot of trailers nowadays.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
The music choices are
the music choices don't even like it. Like it could be like good music, and it still doesn't fit. So it's like
Prince of Persia music, also kind of.
Yeah, it's like you picked. It's like even if the music they picked was like good rap music, like even if it was good, it still wouldn't fucking work for the thing that you're showing it with. So
yeah,
congratulations. I will say I'm kind of more like okay, so I'm never gonna play Mortal Kombat 1, not because I hate Mortal Kombat, but because the way combos work in that game just fucking infuriate me. I don't like the dial combo. I never have. I never will. I can't. It makes my head hurt and it just makes me very unhappy. But
just not your play style. That's fine.
So seeing what they're doing with this and how this is basic, like you said, basically a full-on reboot.
It's a reset, which follows the story of 11, where they essentially did that. They create a new world with Liu Kang as the fire god.
So I'm looking forward to like I'm not gonna play it, but I know a YouTuber that I watch who will play the story mode for me.
That has also already done a video about having played the game.
Yeah, so I know I won't have to play the game in order for me to enjoy it. So that's all that matters to me. We also got to see some Path of Exile 2.
Which I'm looking forward to. That did look good, even though it was short. But we're going to see much more ExileCon there. Especially, hopefully, finally a beta reveal date.
Okay. So a lot of these I don't know much about, so I don't know which ones to really touch on. I would normally just skip the ones I'm not familiar with or that I don't have much investment with.
Next one in the list that interests me would be Sonic Superstars.
Okay, I was gonna go to that one anyways, but I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
if the things before it were
No, the others,
anything to your taste.
not
I didn't
really.
know.
Nah.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, as nice as it was to see Nicolas Cage on stage, I'm so not interested in the
Yeah,
game.
yeah, like no,
But he
hold
was
up,
fun.
hold up. No, this
Mm-hmm.
still does not make sense. That still does not make sense to me. Because in one of my discords, they're like, "Oh, Nicolas Cage is coming to Dead by Daylight." I'm like, Nicolas
Mm-hmm.
Cage as who?
As himself.
He's like, as Nicolas Cage. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Just like Nicolas Cage? Like, yeah, Nicolas Cage is coming to Dead by Daylight.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I guess.
Yeah, you can play him as a survivor now.
Okay.
Which, that's
All
fun.
right. Do you? I'm just not built for this kind of stuff, man. I guess. You kids and your weird cameos, man. Kids
I
and your
mean, Nicolas Cage has been in a few horror style films, so makes sense.
There was some
But then,
Honkai Star Rails coming to PS5.
yeah, but as we mentioned, Sonic Superstars, that was it's almost kind of like a new Sonic Mania, but not.
A lot of people I saw
But
were comparing
also
it to
with co-op and all.
Generations. We're comparing
Yeah,
it
but not
more to
quite. Not
Generations
quite.
than.
I mean, yeah, the look of Sonic is like the classic one in Generations, but no, I wouldn't compare it to Generations because that's like the mix of 2D, 3D,
Yeah.
and this one doesn't. This is just the 2D, but with stuff like co-op, you can have up to I think 4 players in this, and there's new powers in this one as well. So it looks like an entirely new 2D Sonic with nice looking graphics. So that could be fun.
Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah,
not. No,
okay.
I'm not really. Okay, let me just elaborate. It's not that I don't like Sonic. It's not that.
You're just more a Mario guy.
No, I'm bad at it. I'm so bad at Sonic. Dude, look, I am terrible at Sonic games. So if I don't seem interested, it's not because I don't like Sonic. It's because every time I boot up a Sonic game, I remember that time never stops flowing and I only get older. If I was still like 7 and 10 years old, dude, when I was a kid, I could straight run through Sonic 3 in one sitting in front of my parents, start to finish, no breaks. I was a fucking monster. Now, at my ripe old age of 35, my guy, I get 4 levels and I'm like, whoo, shit. Whoo, that boss was rough. Whoo. Whoo, I was too... Holy shit, I can't believe I got past that. Yeah, so...
All right.
I just thought I'd elaborate. It's not Sonic, it's me. Thank you.
Alrighty. So yeah, as you said when I cut you off, yeah, Honkai Star Rail got shown. It still has no date on PlayStation 5 except Q4.
Which is cool because I've been playing Genshin between my PS5 and my PC. Because I kind of like the.
I mean, PC you can also already play Honkai
I can.
Star Rail, which and yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
I've been playing that a bit.
I'll have to give that one a shot as well because I really do kind of dig what Genshin does. I didn't think I'd enjoy Genshin, but it's actually really fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Honkai is quite a bit different overall. It's not the open world setup. It's also turn-based in the fights, which is it gives it a nice, different enough feeling in that regard.
We got Lies of P, which apparently got a demo.
Yep. And it's coming out in September.
Oh my god, September.
Yeah, September and October are quite packed this year.
I was about to say, good god. All right. I don't recognize anything else down this list for quite a while. So if you're something here specific you want to talk about, CD, the helm is
Yeah,
yours.
most of them really didn't. Let's see. Alan Wake 2, I guess, is for fan. Will be nice for fans.
I,
Was
dude, I've
never
played
much.
Alan Wake 1.
Uh-huh.
I've beaten Alan Wake 1. And
Mm-hmm.
there was one moment in particular where his monologue in his head was, I ripped off. He basically calls himself a cheap ripoff of another author. I forget which author it was.
Probably Stephen King.
Yeah, I basically ripped off Stephen King. And I'm like, "Oh, you just said it. You didn't. Okay, shit. Just just said it out
Mm-hmm.
loud." Oh, yeah, I got one. Baldur's Gate 3. Finally, release
Yeah.
date. Ah,
Yes. It's been in early access for long enough.
I want to play it. I don't want to buy. I don't want to pay for early release. I don't want to do it. I
Mm-hmm.
want to just when I buy it, I want to play it, and when I play it, I want to
Mm-hmm.
keep playing it. So
Yeah.
that's really cool. Something that kind of made me
Mm-hmm.
interested, just because I'm a Lord of the Rings nerd.
Ah, the Return to Moria thing.
Yeah, I kind of want to know. I didn't get to see this trailer. I just know it got announced. So I kind of want to know when this is because there is a period of
Mm-hmm.
time when some of the hobbits, some of the dwarves that were on the adventure with Bilbo go back
Mm-hmm.
to Moria to try to save Moria, but they all die. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the record that Gandalf finds when they go to Moria. I don't think this is when this is taking place. I doubt it because that's fucking dark. Even though I'd love it, so I'm kind of
Mm-hmm.
interested there.
Yeah. It's I'm not sure what it sort of gave me a kind of a tower defense vibe, maybe like Deep Rock Galactic or something like
Oh,
that. But
okay.
hmm,
Well, fair
I don't
enough.
know. We'll see. We'll see. They didn't show it as clearly in that regard. But one of them at least got a chuckle out of me just due to the contrast of what it showed.
Hmm.
Pal World.
Oh yeah, isn't that like Pokemon
You
with
have your cute
guns?
Pokemons and you give them guns.
Yeah, it's Pokemon with guns.
You have your sheep and you're manning the machine
Yeah,
gun stations.
yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
Pokemon
just
with
got
guns.
me a
Okay.
chuckle. Got a chuckle out of me. Besides that, yeah, whatever. Um.
Oh, Like a Dragon, the
hmm
man who erased his name.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that because this is a prequel to
Seems.
Like a Dragon.
hmm And it seems the fighting seems on first impression seems kind of like it's gonna be more over the top than the regular games. But
Which is
let's see.
ridiculous because it's Kiryu. So I don't know how you get more over the top than Kiryu picking
hmm
up a bike, hitting someone with it. But fair enough.
uh, yeah. Besides that, I think
Do,
pretty
do
much the only really interesting thing.
oh,
Let
is it?
me scroll further. Yeah, was probably pretty much the one that interests you
Ah,
most.
ah, 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 oh, thank God. Oh, so good. I need this game in my life. I watched this trailer 3 times when it
Mhm.
dropped. I was like, oh, this is so good. Fuck. Jesus, man. I gotta wait till next year. I
Early
have
next
to
year. Yeah.
I have to change my plans. I have to do remake as soon as possible now. So I can at least play part 2.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, this trailer. Oh my
Mhm.
god. Oh, it looks so good. So fucking good. Please Square. It okay. So I had this. There's this thing now, right? Where like, yes, the first game was on 2 discs, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
the reason why I interpreted 2 discs differently than how you probably did
Mm-hmm.
was because I went back and I looked at the trailer that the
Mm-hmm.
thing that you sent me, and the lady does say 2 discs. She does.
Mm-hmm.
She says it's on 2 discs. I only interpreted this differently because they put it on text in the trailer.
Yep.
So it says 2 discs. So, and it's not just me that interpreted it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Max interpreted it this way as well. So I don't even feel like I'm the one barking up the wrong tree here, all right? We both sniffed the same tree. We both came to the same conclusion.
Well, for you, sir, PR certainly has gotten their goal of hyping you up with that.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this game.
It's gonna be interesting to see where the story goes with this, because they're
Uh
obviously going in way several different directions.
yeah, at this point, I have a theory now.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I have a theory. It's not what I thought it was, but so the start of the trailer, they mentioned that there was a tornado and an explosion
Mm-hmm.
on the expressway, which means that this group of Avalanche tried to fight the Fates on the expressway and fucking died.
Yeah.
They got fucking obliterated, fucking decimated, killed, all of them. They're all dead.
Mhm. Yep. That certainly looks like diverging timelines there.
Just dead. And I'm like, oh shit, they all died? Oh. I think we're still looking at 2 timelines. I think that timeline that we
Mhm.
saw with that bit, I think I now know what happened. Zach got to the church to go see Aerith, and he got there either around or just after this shit happened.
Mhm.
So he's gonna find out very quickly his girlfriend is not okay. She is not okay. Not okay at all. So I'm looking very forward to seeing whatever the fuck this game turns out to be, because
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see how they represent that in the game. If maybe they have alternating segments, like you control Zack in parts and you
yeah,
control the main prodigy in the
they'd
others.
have to, because they've been hinting at it
Mhm.
slowly now that
Mhm.
Zach's timeline. I think it's going to be a switching back and forth, and like at some point, Cloud's also gonna
Mhm.
have to figure out like, wait a minute, because one of the things that Sephiroth says in the trailer
Mhm.
is it shows the scene where the Mako reactor and Tifa's passed, and she's like, you killed my dad, you burned my
Yep.
town. And
Mhm. And
then
she says, I killed her. So who is she?"
yeah. So Sephiroth is fucking with us. So
Mhm.
in one of these multiple timelines, Sephiroth kills young Tifa, and he knows it.
Mhm.
The thing is, nobody else knows that. So Sephiroth is just throwing shit out of context at the party, and it's like, hey, Cloud, I killed her. I don't know who the fuck this chick
Mhm.
is. Who is she, Cloud? I killed her. You can trust me, but who the fuck is she? I I love the tomfoolery that they're going with, where Sephiroth just
Mhm.
throws out really out of context shit at the group, and the group has to figure out what the fuck he's talking about. Because obviously he has the context, but they don't. One of the other things
Mhm.
is like Tifa asks Aerith, like, "Hey, where's Cloud been the last like handful of years? What?
Yeah, the last
Why are
5 years.
you?"
He's not been there.
Yeah, he hasn't been to Nibelheim. He
Mhm.
wasn't there. How would he know any of this? Now, we all know, I know how he knows that because he was there, but she doesn't know that. But yeah, damn it, Square, you're gonna make me wait till 2024 for this shit. God damn it. All right, but fine, fuck it. I'll wait. I have no choice. You're not gonna give me a demo, so I'm gonna have to wait until you
Mhm.
decide to release the game. Do you want to
Mm-hmm.
do the Xbox, or do you want me to cover one of the two Square Enix stories?
Hmm. Okay, I think we could look at the Square Enix
All
stuff,
right,
at least
all
one
right.
of them,
I
depending
already
on
picked
what
one.
we
Don't worry about it. I already picked
All
one.
right. All right.
I already picked one. Don't worry about it.
Uh-huh.
I already got it. See, don't you worry.
All right.
Uh, this comes from Game Rant. Square Enix is
Mm.
reportedly panicking over Final Fantasy 16 pre-orders. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yeah.
I
I'm
found
filing that under the fuck did you expect, Square?
so I find this interesting that they'd be
Mm-hmm.
panicking over this because I find it interesting because it sounds like they think they're immune to any skepticism that people might have over the notion of pre-ordering over the last, I don't know, fucking decade of getting burned. Like, why?
For one, that, and on the other, they're comparing it to Final Fantasy 15, which was not a console exclusive to a relatively new console.
Oh no, Final Fantasy. Oh shit, yeah,
I
yeah.
think it.
Actually,
I think at least, or did they? Well, certainly it was not on a new console. No, yeah, they had it on Xbox as well. Yep,
yeah. So I don't.
that
Yeah,
was on both.
I hadn't even considered the fact that this is a PlayStation 5 exclusive,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
PlayStation 5s, while they are easier to find than they were a couple of years ago, they're still not
it's by.
mainstream.
Yeah, it's far less widespread than the PS4 was at the time of FF15. So yeah, no shit, there's gonna be differences there. Does the PS5? Let's see, how much have they sold currently?
Yeah, but sold numbers are just sold, right? Like that's just how
Yeah, sure,
many.
but that's as of January, that would be 30 million, and so that would be the high at the top of what would be in players' hands. Obviously, have to lower that a bit by the scalpers. We don't know exact numbers there. But
Right.
if we compare that to PS4 sales over time, that would be, yeah, probably higher. Those would be probably higher. Because, let's see, are there any numbers we can check on that? Because at the time, when was that? 2016, I think? Yep. Uh, PS4 sales numbers 2016. That was at around 53 million units
Oof. Oof.
in early 2017. So yeah, it's about
And
it's certainly a
people didn't
decent
have
amount
the
higher.
kind of trouble getting a PS4
Yeah.
as they did getting a PS5. When people
Mm-hmm.
couldn't get a PS4, it's because places were just sold out just due to demand, not because there were entire cartels buying up pallets of consoles.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the landscape has definitely changed dramatically since then. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like. I wouldn't. Obviously, I could understand a little bit of concern, but one, there's 20 million less consoles available than the PS4 had, so
Mm-hmm.
that's a significant amount of people or just consoles not in people's hands.
Yep. At least 20.
Yeah, and it took them quite a while just to get the 30 million out to people's hands now, just because of the
Mm-hmm.
shortages. So you might want to temper your expectations here a little bit on how on like what the sales numbers are going to be for this game in general. I mean, I'm not picking it up, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, It looks like they put a lot of work into it, so I wouldn't necessarily think that this
Certainly.
game is going to flop on any metric. I don't think I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, look, we know Square has had ridiculous sales expectations. We've heard stories about how they expected
Tomb Raider.
how they expected ridiculous sales numbers from fucking Tomb Raider that didn't even
Mm-hmm.
make sense. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And with 16, I mean, they must have gotten a decent amount of money from Sony to have it exclusive on that system. So that's probably gonna buffer it out a bit, but yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean, obviously, if you make your game exclusive to a system like that, and then your was it Yoshi P? I think that said, yeah, don't expect this to come out on any system soon. Just get it on the PS5. Yeah, people that don't have a PS5 are not gonna get it just for this game. Nah.
no. No, people who didn't people who wanted a PS5 by now have a PS5. I
Yeah,
think.
most
I don't
likely.
I think that if like you really wanted one for one reason or
Mm-hmm.
another, you probably have one by now. So, maybe there are people who have just been waiting for one reason or another, but those people aren't the ones. I don't think there's that many people sitting on the fence going, "Oh, but do I really want one? Do I need it? I don't know." I just no, I don't think that's really a thing. Uh,
Yeah, I
uh,
mean, obviously there's still gonna be sales of the system over time, but yeah, the big spike I think is probably done for now.
yeah.
We'll see
Eh,
how many it sells in the near future.
I think no, you know what? I'm gonna be a level of
Hmm.
optimistic I shouldn't allow myself to be. I think if 16
Hmm.
really does knock it out the park, I think it could be something that could maybe push someone to buy the console. But
Yeah,
I
it's probably
think
gonna sell a few systems, but I'm not sure how strong the push is gonna be from that.
yeah, it would have to be like a real knockout the park, fucking
Hmm.
out the stadium through some dude's Porsche's window.
Yeah.
That's a very American thing that I just said there, but yeah, that's you know what I mean? Real home run type shit. And I don't necessarily
Hmm.
know if this is the game that's going to do that. But nowadays, I don't really know of too many games that have been coming out that are real home run make you want to buy a console situation.
Especially if it's a next gen console that sits on a pretty high price.
Yeah, that extra $100 compared to last generation is
Hmm.
definitely a slightly
Yeah.
tougher sell. That's definitely a tougher sell than
Hmm.
last generation. So very interested to see what that looks like. So today, June 11th,
Hmm.
you prior to the show were
Yes.
watching the Xbox showcase.
Indeed.
Um, I was not because I was eating pizza,
Hmm.
and
That's a good alternative.
yeah, not not for nothing. I was eating pizza,
Mm.
waiting for us to do the show. I was not asleep, in case anyone was wondering. I know that's been a habit on this show. I was not asleep. I was awake. I want to talk about a couple of things here, and I also kind of want to jump into a topic
Hmm.
about Xbox
Hmm.
specifically about Xbox. But I'm gonna
Hmm.
wait for that topic for one game. You'll know what game it is because it's a
Uh-huh.
game you'll know when we get to it. There's one game on this list that I'm gonna have to bring up. Just we'll
Hmm.
we'll get there about Xbox. Don't worry, we'll get there.
All right.
We'll get there. So Fable.
Hmm.
Fable. Guys, it's Fable.
Yeah. I wonder how
Okay.
many gift subs Max got from that.
Oof.
Because
Oof.
he said, yeah, you're gonna have to give me money for that.
Oof.
Yeah, and again, no gameplay whatsoever.
You
Just
know,
hey,
that's a thing.
just a
That's something.
cinematic. trailer.
That's something I kind of now. I didn't used to think about it much, but now it's
Mm-hmm.
becoming a thing to where it's like, does a game really exist unless I see gameplay? I don't know. Cause like just seeing like a
We
CGI
simply
trailer,
can't. Yeah, we can't really judge the game itself. We
but then
can't
again,
just say, okay, they did a nice CG trailer, sure,
but then
cool,
again,
meh.
but then again, what was it? Anthem had gameplay in its announcement trailer, and we found out that
Yep,
shit was absolutely fake. So I
yep.
have to then ask, do trailers even mean anything anymore if you could just fake the shit? Uh, yeah, yeah, I know.
It's more, it's less a, okay, let's judge the game by this, but more judge the potential interest in it
All
and
right,
wait for more.
yeah.
But with Fable, I mean, interestingly, it's Playground Games, which already kind of have their plate full with Forza
Mm-hmm.
in all kinds. So either that's the reason why this is taking so long, or they're just not used to the type of game. We'll have to see.
I'll let you kind of dictate some of this because I don't know
Okay,
about a
let's
few of
see.
these.
South of Midnight, no idea. The Star Wars Outlaws already had, again, no gameplay, nothing. Just a trailer with cinematics. Could be nice, could be not. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see what else. Payday 3. Well, I guess for the people that are interested in that series, that might be nice. Then we had Persona 3 Reload, which, yeah, we didn't see coming at all.
Here's my moment. Here's where
Mm-hmm.
I get to have my cake, my
Mm-hmm.
delicious cake. Why did this game have to be only shown at the Xbox showcase? Because
I guess
it's not an
that's
Xbox exclusive. It's not. It's
no.
already they've already found signs it's going to be on all consoles, including Switch. So my
Mm-hmm.
question is, why at the Xbox showcase? That to me doesn't even like parse for me because I'm like, you could have had this at the main show, or I don't know, any other part of the show, but the Xbox showcase is where you decide to show a niche
Microsoft
JRPG.
Microsoft is probably trying to show that they care about these audiences as well, and just paid a little more for that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
I mean,
doubt
they've
it.
just, I mean, they just relatively recently had the announcement of the Persona games coming over at the last show. I'm not sure when that was, but I think that was late last year
Yeah, I mean, I
when they
get
had
it.
that announcement, and then sometime before they showed the Kingdom Hearts stuff coming over to Xbox. So it's probably just a push by Microsoft to show
Yeah,
their spreading out their audience in that regard.
it's like, guys, listen. We don't really have much in terms of really big exclusive, but we have these JRPGs, guys. We got something. Please, guys, we have stuff. Please don't buy a Switch. Don't buy don't buy a Switch, please, guys.
I don't think they see Switch as the competitor,
Really?
and I
I
mean
would.
they see PlayStation as the next competitor. And in any case, they've already said, yeah,
Oh yeah,
this generation is anyway.
they can't
Yeah,
out PlayStation now. It's too late.
yeah.
There's no you can't you
Mhm.
can't outplay you can't outplay them at their own game.
Yeah. But they did show
Uh
some exclusive stuff like Avowed from Obsidian, which was probably gonna be their take on Elder Scrolls. Which,
ah.
yeah, more of that is a good thing, and Obsidian usually do good work there, so that
This
should be good.
the next one really made me interested. Like, I don't think I'm still gonna
Mm-hmm.
play it, but Sea of Thieves: The Legend of Monkey Island, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
crossover that makes sense. Yeah, okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
fair
and it
enough.
looks like they've kind of really rebuilt Secret of Monkey Island completely in the game. Like you have pretty much the complete thing there. Which, yeah, that's A for effort. Good job, Rare. And it fits, so yeah, well done.
So does that mean when you finish the campaign that it's just a bunch of kids playing around in a theme park, pretending? Is that what you're telling me? Because if that's the case, I'm down with that.
I mean, isn't that kind of the game anyway?
It, yeah, well, that's
People
Monkey
playing
Island.
pretend.
Yeah. I mean,
Sea
yeah,
of Thieves is that anyway,
yeah,
so there you
basically.
go.
Yeah, something my
Fits
dad,
as that as
something my
well.
dad is probably excited about. Flight Simulator. He has
Yeah,
his
the
own
next version of it.
he has his own like flight sim setup
Mm,
at his
nice.
place. Yeah. Oh, it's pretty intense. He
Mm,
takes that shit very he takes that shit very seriously. That is
mm-hmm.
very much his thing. I
Yeah.
remember, I think it was one of the last flight simulators where people were trying to run it on PCs, and
Mm-hmm.
it was just melting PCs left and
Yeah,
right.
that's the one from 2020 probably. They just Microsoft Flight Simulator, and this one is the new version.
It
And
was
this one
just
gets added stuff like uh, timed, well timed, fire extinguishing.
fire
Yeah,
extinguisher. Nice, nice.
it's just additional content like that, rescue stuff, transports, air racing, and more. Which, yeah, nice. So not just simulation stuff, but also additional gameplay. Which, yeah, it's probably gonna spread out the interest in the game. And the Dune expansion, which, interesting.
Yeah, didn't I have my bingo card here.
Yeah,
City.
didn't have it on there.
Yeah.
Huh? No ornithopter in flight sim.
Yeah, I did. I checked my bingo card twice, CD. I don't wasn't on there. Just in
Yeah,
case you were
even though
wondering.
the what was the Halo thing called, the Pelican?
Yeah.
They added that one in the previous flight sim.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, it
mm,
doesn't surprise me.
yeah.
Okay, this next one, I have no idea what the fuck this is. Okay.
Hellblade 2?
Sinuous. Yeah, no, it's not Sinua 2, the one after Sinua 2. I'm not surprised that Sinua is getting a sequel. That doesn't surprise me. That
Yeah, that one from what I've heard. The mental condition that they portrayed in the first game seems very accurate from what I've heard. So they have a big thing to live up to here, and it certainly looks really good.
yeah.
So that's for people that are interested in this. Good job on that. The next one came a bit out of left field,
I have no idea what
kind
the
of out
fuck
of
this.
nowhere.
I have no idea what the fuck this is. I have no idea why Ichiban is walking around naked. I have no idea. None.
It's
I don't know what this is.
probably
I
the
don't.
sequel.
Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I have no idea. I've
I'm guessing it's a sequel, but apparently set in America.
Your guess as good as mine, boss.
mm-hmm.
No idea.
mm-hmm.
Uh
The
I guess I
Capcom thing was interesting, but I have no idea what. That seems to be a completely new IP.
for what?
Yes. The Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess from Capcom, which
Oh yeah. I have no idea what
interesting.
that is.
Hmm.
Got
Uh,
Forza, we got Elder Scrolls, we got more Overwatch 2,
hmm. Yeah,
we
that
got
was the
a Persona 5 Tactics,
Tactics Persona 5 game, which kind of looks cute.
a
It's
Tactics
kind of like a Disgaea Persona.
yeah.
Which, yeah, can work.
We got a
Probably gonna
official.
be probably gonna be going best on Switch.
There's a lot of things that go best on.
Mm-hmm.
on Switch.
But certainly something like that, a tactics game like that, yeah, I think that's best suited on there. Let's
We got an
see.
official Starfield trailer,
Yeah.
gameplay trailer. Hey
Mm-hmm.
man, there's a lot of people who are really banking that Starfield is going to be the big thing, the big Xbox game, the big Xbox game to put Xbox where it needs to be. I'm indifferent, but it might be. Who knows?
Actually, yeah, I was more interested in the next few titles here. The Cyberpunk expansion.
Cyber.
That one definitely
Oh
looked nice.
yeah.
Phantom Liberty.
Did you actually play 2077?
Not yet, but I'm planning to. That one's definitely on the list.
Okay. I didn't know if you had played it or not.
Not yet. I was waiting until its patches get far along on the way, and just I think there was something else that they were gonna patch in there, but I'm gonna check that out definitely at some point. Maybe I'll wait for Phantom Liberty and then do the whole thing in a go, depending on how they add to it. Also very interesting was City Skylines 2.
Yeah.
That one looked really nice. And it's coming out sooner than I would have expected, already in October.
Oof.
I would have expected next year or something at the earliest, but yeah, apparently they've been working long enough on that to just bring it out this year already. Very nice. And then we have our non-leaked Atlas announcement. Metaphor Refantasio. Essentially an SMT, but fantasy.
I've never heard of it. This is the 1st I've heard of it.
Yep.
All right.
Came completely out of left field. Looks really nice though. You definitely it's stylish like an SMT or a Persona would be. And
All right.
it's
Fantastic.
more fantasy themed. And yeah, it's coming out next year. And currently Xbox and PC have been confirmed, but it's probably going to be out on the other systems as well.
Yeah, I highly
So
doubt it's not.
that's going to be really interesting.
I highly doubt it's not going to come to the other systems. Honestly, I'd
Yeah.
be really surprised.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then In Exile is coming out with Clockwork Revolution, a kind of a steampunk FPS, which could be interesting. They're apparently gonna have some time shenanigans going on in that one. And I think that pretty much covers the more interesting things in this list for me.
All right.
The
Well,
Starfield Direct runs for another hour after this showcase, so who knows what they'll show there.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
I think that wraps it up then, doesn't it? That
Yeah.
puts a
I
nail
think
in the proverbial coffin, if you will. As always, everybody, hope you've enjoyed this show. It's been an interesting few days with all these announcements, all these fantastic video games to be able to get our hands on, and many of them are coming out this year, which I think is ridiculous. There's only so much time I can commit to a single video game in a single year. Don't know if you know that or not. It's only 24 hours in a day, so might want to think that through there, companies, before you try to take my money from me.
Maybe that's why Square put Rebirth into next year.
I'm gonna say it. I know why they put it into next year. Because there is no way you could have that come out this year and have 16 come out this year. You couldn't. You can't. You can't do it.
Yeah,
you couldn't do it. It wouldn't, because hot take. I think 7 Part 2 would cannibalize 16. It would eat. I think it would eat 16's fucking lunch.
I'm not
It's
sure.
a hot take.
It's coming
It's a
out
hot take.
end of June, so that's still about almost half a year in between. because they already said it's gonna be holiday season this year, so that wouldn't I don't think it would have been earlier than December anyway. But yeah, probably in combination with the whole panicking over the pre-orders, that probably was another reason for them to push it a bit later.
Yeah, I think.
Or maybe they just saw, yeah, we're gonna need a little bit of an extra time here, given the
Well,
scope of the game.
they can take as long as they want to
Mm-hmm.
make part 2 as good as possible. I'm perfectly fine with that. As always, everybody, you can find us on a variety of streaming platforms such as Apple, Google, and Spotify, and our video
Mm-hmm.
show every single week on YouTube at Turn Based Cynics every single Sunday. Sunday.
Fun day.
Oh my goodness. There's so many fucking. I don't have time for all these fucking video games. Fuck. I just. CD, listen, you're gonna have to give me a cash advance here, my man. You're gonna have to advance me a bit here, CD. This is getting fucking rough. This is getting fucking rough, CD. It's fucking tough out here. Can't be trying to play all these fucking games. I still got Persona 4 Golden I gotta pick up and play one of these days. I got Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I gotta get through Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I
I
was about
gotta
to
play
say,
through.
before you go through
I
3,
gotta.
you have
I
to go
gotta
through
get
2.
through. I gotta get through remake part 1 CD. There's
Mm-hmm.
not enough time. I can't. Oh my god. I'm just gonna have to I'm gonna have to email Max and be like, look, Max, I'm gonna send you my backlog. Max, I could only wish that something Max also wants to play comes out really close to remake part 2. Because you know how that goes for him. Two things come out really close together, and if it's remake part 2, he's gonna have to pick and choose. And he's gonna be like, I have a week. I gotta get through remake part 2 in just a couple of days. Really stressing the fuck out. That's what I live for. As always, everybody, hope you have a fantastic week. God knows I will, or at least try to. And we'll see you all next time.
See ya.
I did it. All these fucking video games, man. All these fucking video games, man. I can't. I can't with these motherfuckers. I can't.
Lots of them. Yes.
I can't do it. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Steam Deck, CD. I can only play so many games. Even with the Steam Deck, I can only put so many.
Even with the Steam Deck,
I can only fit so many
still
games.
Only has 24 hours.
Oh, yeah, but the thing is, there are some games I think that are like really good for the Steam Deck, though. Like specifically Steam Deck good games. You know what I mean? Like games that just feel right to play, like Tales of Arise. Fantastic on Steam Deck. I play that game exclusively on my Steam Deck because it just feels so good to play. And because the idea that the main character has to make all of his food really fucking spicy to get anything out of what he eats, is
to even
fucking
taste anything,
is fucking hilarious. Because everyone's like, this is really this is really
fire.
This is really hot.
I'm only tasting the spice here.
He's like, I think he was like, yeah, they had these weird vegetables or whatever that were growing that tasted that was the first time I actually was able to taste anything. They tasted really good. And I just couldn't get enough of it. And they're like, oh.
Yeah,
okay.
like peppers with a 10 trillion Scoville.
This is the kind of guy. This is the kind of guy who would eat like ghost pepper wings and be like, oh, these are. Oh my god, these are fantastic.
Do you want any milk? Nah.
Milk?
This is fine.
Yeah, this is great. What are you talking about? What are you guys sweating for? This is fantastic.
Yeah, you see You see two, three people side by side, each eating the ghost pepper. Two of them drenched in water, just flowing like a waterfall, and he, hmm, nice.
This is great. I
This
love it.
tastes. This has taste.
This has flavor. Who came up with this? This is so flavorful.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like
Do you have anything stronger than this?
I hadn't really ever considered like the repercussions of not, cause like
Not
one of
feeling
the
anything.
yeah, cause he has like
Mm-hmm.
that follow up special attack at the end of some of his combos where he does
Mm-hmm.
damage to himself, and I hadn't been paying attention to that, and then I realized
Mm-hmm.
like, oh shit, and I'm like, wait, why is that? Oh, damn it, I don't feel it. That doesn't mean it doesn't. God damn
Mm-hmm.
it. Oh.
Yeah, yep. You don't feel anything, but you still burn.
Ugh. Why did you have to carry a weapon that hurts you too? I don't need this in my life. It's now there are like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so that's cool. I also ended up during the holiday I ended up buying Remake Part 1
Ah.
and
Mm-hmm.
putting that on my Steam Deck, and that plays incredibly well on Steam Deck as well. So having that,
Mm-hmm.
even if it only goes for like 2.5 hours, doesn't make a difference. I still have 7 Remake on a portable device.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yep.
talking about this to some of my buddies. You've heard about the was it the ROG Ally? You've heard about it, right? The
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah,
yeah.
from Aces. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the reviews for that have been really interesting from the tech tubers I
Mm-hmm.
watch
Mm-hmm.
because all right, I'll try to put them into like the context that makes sense, right? So they're
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, the screen is way better than the Steam Deck. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
performance way better than the Steam Deck. Oh, the
Mm-hmm.
resolution way better than the Steam Deck." But
Yep.
then at the end of the review, they're like, "Yeah, in summary, it's better than the Steam Deck, but at $400 for a Steam Deck."
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the Steam Deck is only $400,
Mm-hmm.
and this is pushing 700.
Yep.
It's like,
And even if you just use all that power, that still sucks the battery dry. So as a portable, I'm not sure how much more use you get out of that.
I mean, do you think that this is just a matter of like companies just trying to beat just specs and not thinking about, or do you think that or do you think that companies look at these devices and go, well, if players only get like an hour or two or even an hour or so out of the battery, we're still delivering better a better experience that they'll just be okay with it. Where do
Hmm.
you think
I
that
mean,
lands
it's
in theory? Cuz
hmm.
like
I think with the ROG Ally specifically, they probably went for the higher price due to, yeah, they can't really compete with the Steam Deck on that price level anyway. So they
I wonder
said, okay, what can we do to stand out? It's mainly performance. So they
I
did
really
that.
do have to wonder what the secret sauce was for the Steam Deck cuz we haven't really seen anybody else really compete with them price-wise, especially at like the lower end. At $400?
Yeah, I mean, the secret sauce in parts is also that they don't have to make much money per unit. They they did this to essentially spread out the concept of handheld gaming more.
Oh, I was going to
The
say they
price, they are not making much money out of this, even with the costlier units, I think.
no.
It's gonna be a very low margin, and Valve can work with that. They have enough other means to make money. They have Steam, so that's already on there, and it's optimized for Steam, so people are gonna buy it and then buy more things on Steam, which also makes money for them.
See, I wasn't even thinking of like the handheld. I was just thinking this is just another way to get Steam as a platform into
Yeah.
people's hands.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be
Yeah.
just to be like, here's Steam. You now have
It's a combo thing. It's a combo thing. They that it's a new market that PC hasn't really targeted much in that lower cost
I think the
range.
one thing the ROG might have on it is the fact
Hmm.
that it could use other launchers easily.
Yeah, but in Windows, you could also install Windows on the Steam Deck. So
You
there's
could.
that. But just like with the ROG Ally, the OS isn't that well optimized for handheld
I was
stuff.
about to say
So
touch for
yeah, touch and the small form factor and all, you have to use the controls for with them to move the mouse cursor and all that, like you can in the Steam Deck with the desktop mode and all. But yeah, you don't really have an OS that's optimized for it. So that's part of what Valve did that makes the Steam Deck so good.
yeah, because it's
It's
just
just a
like
complete package. They really thought it through completely with it from beginning to end.
I mean like you said, when you're not really worried about the profit margin per
Hmm.
device, when that's
Yeah.
not really the thing that's looming heavily on you as far as like trying to make a profit,
Hmm.
then yeah, you really don't have too much to worry about. And I will say, I think the Steam Deck also wins in just being easy to figure out which one you want because there is no different specs between the three models.
Yep.
It's all the
Yeah.
only thing that changes is
It's
the
just capacity.
size, is the capacity, and whether or not it's NVMe or
Yeah,
eMMC.
EMC, eMMC. Yeah, just
But I
regular
haven't.
flash memory, slower flash memory, or the SSD
Yeah, so
drive in it.
when
Yeah.
those are the only things that you have that are differentiating your
Hmm.
platform, your different model platforms, it's a much easier thing for a consumer to figure out than having
Hmm.
like multiple models with multiple sets of specs, and then you
Yeah.
have to go, okay, which one do I need? Which one is actually going to fulfill the things I needed to do? Is it going to be
Hmm.
able to play this game or this game? Will it be able to do this? Do I really want to spend $700 or $800?
Hmm. Yeah, and I think with the ROG Ally, the lower model isn't even that much faster. I think it's only the higher model with the Z1 Extreme chipset that's really higher performance. The lower model still has, I think, the better screen, but besides that, I think it's not that much different.
Also, CD, did you
Hmm.
see Shredder's Revenge is getting fucking DLC?
Yep.
Ah, my boy Usagi Yojimbo coming to
Hmm.
the group did not.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Oh, of all the things I thought I'd be getting, I did not
Hmm.
expect that. And new bangers composed by T. Lopes. Let's fucking go. Couldn't. Oh, I don't care how much this costs. I'm buying it just on principle. All right,
And it's probably gonna be a decent price.
I'm going to go get some recordings done, get this fucking podcast done,
Alright.
and have this up before I eventually crash tonight. You have my word.
Good.